red light fever. That's one of the two songs I wrote half of this pandemic. It only has a left hand and a melody. That's all it has.
It only has the left hand.
At some point I'll add a right hand, or I'll just, or I realize because it's hard to sing it and play it.
Yeah.
I think it's an F sharp, so I was thinking B flat, so it's like B flat minor.
Do songs gestate for a while for you?
Yeah.
What's
Usually.
a typical amount of time for a song? Or
It depends. It really can be a long time. I have recently finished songs that like have just been hovering for decades. And I still have some pieces that I can sit down and play for you on the piano that have never gotten finished. So
are they all in your head, or have you recorded them? How do you remember them?
that's a good question. I generally record them, but then after I've played them a few times, I remember them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way that the songs get written is like I just kind of build on them. So like this one has the left hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I have an example of another one that started with the left hand, and then I slowly added the right. Oh, this one. Remember this one? It's old. So I think I just had the left hand going. And I had to make the right hand easy like
That's
it is.
nice.
Right, so it's just... So maybe that'll be something I do for this other one. I kind of like the way it is. It's sort of windy and sad. It's hard to sing it.
Do you have a melody in your head while you're playing
Playing it too fast. Something like that. Something along those lines.
When do the lyrics show their head?
Usually a line will sort of start to come to me after I get really comfortable with the thing, which I'm not with this yet. But once I get kind of going, then a line or two will come up, and I'll figure out if I like it or not. And if I do, then I'll kind of latch onto that. Like this other one, I'll show you later. The one that's more finished than this. That's the other pandemic song. But it was like I knew what I wanted the last 3 lines of the song to be, and I was like, okay, great. I know where I'm headed with that. But
Yeah.
but I didn't push it. Like normally I would have sat down, like would have gone to a coffee shop or, you know what I mean, and sat down and been like, okay, this is the melody. I'm gonna make the lyrics happen. I didn't do that at all during the pandemic.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to.
I was a what did they say, a flourisher or a languisher?
Oh.
I was a languisher.
Well, we had other stuff to
Yeah, we did.
deal with.
Speaking of that, when there's a loss, like a big one that you have experienced, and I have as well in the last couple of years, or even more recent than that, really. Do you feel inspired to write, to process that? Or are you a little cautious about writing about that?
I don't think I'm cautious. I write all the time. And when things come out that appear like they might work for songs, I circle them. But I write steadily
Right.
in a journal. Like, so I write other stuff
Yeah.
all the time. And so,
Yeah. Do you have a discipline that you follow? I seem to know you're one of my friends who texts me pretty early in the morning. What is your ritual with writing? Do you have a ritual?
I do every morning. I get up early.
Mm-hmm.
And I normally get up early so I don't have to try. It's easy. And then I'm
Right.
able to kind of process a lot of whatever I'm carrying around in the morning through the journal and other stuff I like to read. And so That's been true for a long time for me. At least over a decade, when I realized that my sleep cycle was really changing and there was really nothing I could do about it.
Yeah.
So once I realized someone who wakes up at 4 in the morning, my dad did that. Once I accepted it, it became a lot better.
Right. Right.
And sometimes I'm like really busy with a deliberate project, which for a couple of years I was writing the thing Signals, and that took a lot of, it was great because I could do that while I was teaching. I could do my hour and a half in the morning on it, and it was really organized, and I'd be like, I'm going to finish this piece here, I'm going to put these tracks down here. I had like it all mapped out, and then I would go to work. But so that's still sort of sitting, waiting to be mixed.
Yeah.
So, you know.
When on the way over, I was listening to you, and I was listening to Acceleration.
Accelerate. Yeah.
Accelerate. I was wondering.
Yes.
Sometimes you'll have a full band. Sometimes it'll be more sparse.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a full band, are you coming up with all the parts?
Some of them, but not all of them.
Right. Most of them?
I don't know. I think it comes out. I often will know, like, at least parts of the bass line. Like, that really comes to me. That really comes to me when maybe it's because of the left-hand stuff, but I often know, like, a good outline of the bass line, but, you know, then a real bass player will add cool turnarounds and passing notes and stuff. I often know a kick and snare pattern. If I don't, then I luckily go to the drummer and I'm like, this is what I'm thinking. Sometimes it's implied, too, between the right and the left hand. So, but again, a real drummer adds like the fills and the pacing and the, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I definitely have written tempo changes into my stuff. There's a good sort of a backbone to it. Sometimes there are those, I like horn and string arrangements, which Mike Stark can often do with with an organ. Or sometimes we have a horn player. I often have a lot of arrangement ideas, but I can't say that I always have all of them. And you know, what's awesome about the great people that we've been playing with all these years is that they're amazing listeners, and they really know how to kind of go, how about this? And if you say, I like that part, but not that part, they'll hear you. They're amazing. Yeah.
Did it take you have such a unique style of singing.
Do I?
Yes, you do. Is there anyone who's inspired you? Did it take a while to get to the style that you have?
That's so interesting. I have no idea what my style is. I sang in choruses from a very young age, and then like in high school, from junior high all through high school, there was one chorus director, and she did not like me. She didn't like the way I sang.
Interesting.
And so she was constantly berating me, and I was trying to blend in more. But so I don't know. I often wonder whether I didn't mess my voice up because I would sing along to records and try to really blend in with a record. So like if you really try to sing like Carly Simon, she's got a really interesting tone. But then you're like switch over and you're trying to sing along with Carole King, who's got a totally different lower scratchy tone. I wonder whether I didn't like kind of malform my voice by doing that. But I really don't know. I think that I just sing where it's comfortable, and I write where it's comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, I was noticing when you hit a high note, it's like you have this softer thing happening, so it's almost deceiving. I know that it's really high, but you're changing your throat somehow, so it comes out. Yeah, maybe
it's a different voice,
more breathy, and the fact that you were in chorus a lot makes more sense now too. Anyway, I could go on about your voice, but it's really unique, and. You have this beautiful way of it's a control that you have too when you're singing lead, and you have sung backup for me for years. And one thing we love about you is it's like a lot of singers, backup singers, will need to rehearse, but we're like, Mary's got this. We don't know where she's going or where she'll be, but she's gonna be somewhere. So backup singing is something you love too. You also do a lot on your own albums.
Very much.
I love that.
I love harmonizing.
Me too.
Yeah, let's do more of it.
This is about you, not me.
Let's do more of it. Let's sing more.
Do you have a song that you want to share with us?
Okay, so this is the one. Doesn't really have a name. But it has like an outline. So these are scratch lyrics except the end. So I'll sing these scratch lyrics, but nobody better hold me to them. Take me with you the next time What's a kid to do? Everybody wants a brand new shoe. Everybody wants to make a move. What's a girl to do? Everybody wants a brand new shoe. And everybody wants to make a move. This will be the solo section, and I hear like backup singers. This is the part that I've been working up to the whole time. What would Joni do? I was gonna save the school. I was gonna make a movie too. What would Johnny do? I was gonna save the school, and I was gonna make a movie too. So I'll write the fill-in lyrics at some point.
That was beautiful. Okay, so as far as songwriting goes, for songwriters or wannabe songwriters, do you have any words of advice? Anything you would love to share that might help somebody kind of get started?
Well, I think I can just describe what happened for me, and I think it's really, everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
I think you write really differently than me.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, what helped was learning other songs, like songs I really loved. And so when I first started to play the guitar and sing out in public, I did write songs, but I hid them, and I mostly just played in the subway, and I played covers. Oh. And I'd play like Cool Stop the Rain, and like some Beatles songs, and Joni Mitchell, and I just kind of did that. And I do think that it helps your confidence to hear a really good song come out of your own body. I think that helps. But it took me a long time to write a song I really felt really, really 100% good about.
Uh-huh.
Well, most of the early ones I feel like had some good parts,
Mm-hmm.
but then I was so desperate to finish them that I slammed finishing other parts in so that I could finish the song, and then the songs were uneven. So now I just wait.
Yeah. You need all the songs, right, to get to those songs.
You do. It's true. It's true.
It means something.
Yeah. Yeah. So the first thing, if you think you want to write songs, I think it is good to just learn some songs that you love, because it does make you feel really good to sing a great song.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you move on to the writing part, what really helped me was if when you're working on a piece, it makes you feel a certain way. So like there's your head that's like, is that good? Is that smart? You know, I don't totally psych myself out too much thinking this is not smart enough. It's not, you know, it's too simple. But if you have a reaction to something that you're developing that feels like the way your body feels when you hear songs that you love, I think that's a good sign to be sensitive to. So just be sensitive to like what your body tells you about how you feel when you play.
If you're excited about it.
All the feelings that music like makes us feel. Like I started to think recently that like music is it's like a part of our soul, and it has all these different moods to it. And like because we know how certain intervals will make us feel something, major chords versus minor chords versus progressions. Like, what is that? It's such a weird and interesting mystery how music lined up and organized, same elements organized differently, make us feel things that have to do with our being alive. And what is that? Like, that's just so interesting and mysterious. So if you want to write songs, it's good to be sensitive to that, because then if you feel something while you're playing something you're working on, you're probably on the right track.
Yeah, that is great advice.
What's a kid to do? Everybody wants a brand new shoe. Everybody wants to make a move.